Let's talk football. Down to the business. Okay, so we're going to talk Baltimore Ravens football here. The breakout players in 2024. So, what is a breakout? So, breakout, in simply put, in short, is next level. Okay, which Ravens players in 2024 are going to go from the level that they're currently at to that next level? So that may mean a guy coming from college just getting into the rotation. Maybe means a guy who's been sitting the bench, maybe now getting a starter. Maybe a starter, maybe getting all the way now to the Pro Bowl, to the elite level. So, like for instance, Lamar Jackson couldn't break out. Like he's already a star. Uh, I'm also not putting like a Kyle Hamilton in this category. He's already, I think, one of the top safeties in the league at this point. So, but who is not there and is going to get there? And who is a question mark in getting there this year? So that's where we're going to look at the breakout players this week. A lot of good stuff this week. We're going to talk a little very baseball heavy this week. Got a lot of time. We're going to talk about the All Star game a lot. Who should be in it? So we're going to start here with football. Who should start? Breakout players. College to rotational player, nickel corner, Nate Wiggins, the first round pick. I'm not sure he starts in nickel corner at the start. I do think it could be Arthur Mellette starting at the beginning. So I don't necessarily believe he's going to start, but I think that's a fair expectation. I think at some point during the year, you're going to see Nate Wiggins a lot. They didn't draft him this high. I think he could start as early as 2025. He could start. I have heard some people think that he's going to start. I don't think so. I don't think so unless you have an injury to Humphrey or Brandon Stevens at some point, which is possible, especially with the injuries Humphreys had. It is possible. But I think more likely he settles at nickel corner, fourth corner this week from a rookie. I think you are going to get a solid immediate contribution. Too much talent Nate Wiggins has not to get that. Here's a guy I do think is going to start. 2024 breakout Ravens college to starter, right tackle starter, Roger Rosengarten. I think Rosengarten starts immediately. I I do think he is going to have some fight on him in camp. It is possible they could go with Daniel Falele. Interesting to see the way that Falele plays might fit more Derrick Henry. But I think the talent gap is pretty good here. I think Rosengarten, you didn't take him this high not to do that. I think he's a solid starter for years to come. I really do. I really think this guy, interesting to see after this year or two. I haven't mentioned this. Ronnie Stanley, could he be moving to the left side? This also could be what they're doing too. So if he does sit and you're starting Falele, they could have planned for him at left tackle this year, next year as well. Same with Wiggins. I think they're going to have an increased role. But this year, I think he's going to start at right tackle. I think he's going to beat him out as well. Red shirt rookie to starter. So look, he didn't play at all last year. This is probably the biggest question mark maybe on the team from a fan perspective. We have not seen anything. We really don't know what if we're getting anything at all from Andrew Voorhees. I know this. They're very high on him. They're sounding like, talking like, walking like uh, uh, that this guy's going to be a starter for him. Josh Jones they went ahead and pulled him for the first team during mini camps, things like that. We'll see when camp starts here in a few weeks who's the starter. I definitely think Voorhees is when they suit up against the Chiefs. I think this is your starter at left guard. I'd be surprised if it didn't go that way. They are really, but again, we really don't know. This is a very big question mark here about the offensive line and especially Voorhees as well. Projected about a third round. That's an area. Well, maybe you start, maybe you don't. And they're going to give him the starting job, it looks like, here as well. Ben Cleveland. Is this finally the year that Ben Cleveland starts? This is his whole career on the line, Ben Cleveland here. I think, look, we said it his rookie year. Well, he was supposed to start. Well, it didn't happen. Well, a year after that, well, maybe he started. Well, it didn't happen. Now, last year, well, it still didn't happen. Now, he's not going to get another shot. This is it. He's going to go in go ahead. I think win the starting job, become a starter on the right side. Go ahead, maybe get a big contract and extension, or he could be out of the league, or just a forever backup, journeyman. This is his. I don't think he's going to get another shot. I do still think he starts because I do think he's on the right side of the field. I think he's a right guard, not a left guard. I think all the success he's had in college and pro has been on the right side. I think he's on the right side. I think he starts. I do think he's going to be the starter. The edge rush, we're not talking about it as much. I don't see as much about the edge rush, but it's still very much up in the air. We still not sure really what's going to happen. Is it possible that Tavius Robinson goes from rotational player to starter? Rotational player are that's graphics wrong. It says starter, rotational player. Rotational player to starter. Possible starter. I'm not sure yet. I think this is going to be one of the bigger training camp battles, but this could be a very big need for them. Jajavius Clowney is gone, so they're definitely not going to have him. A couple years removed from Justin Houston. We're still kind of waiting on David Ajabo. Had a good camp. Heard everything good. Tavius Robinson doing well in camp, and this is definitely a spot up for grabs. So is it possible that one of these young guys that could go ahead and take that spot? It is possible. Not quite sure the way this goes. Big question mark here, David Ajabo. He's the guy actually I saw in college a lot at Michigan. So when he played for Jim Harbaugh in Michigan, I was very impressed. I was I was shocked. They were talking about drafting him before his injury in the first round, at around 14, 15. So the injury, man, he just hasn't gotten healthy, gotten back. Frankly, though, I think a lot of fans have made, and a lot of media, making excuses for him. He hasn't performed yet. It's okay, right? He might get it this year. He might become, but he hasn't done anything yet. I don't think anything's handed to him. I think they would love to see it. We'd all like to see it, but I definitely, he's going to have a fight. He's going to have a fight. I'm truly not sure the way this goes, but I definitely think he's in a battle with also this guy, Isaac from Penn State. I really like him. I really like him. I really think this is a better version of a Tyus Bowser here. Definitely, here's a guy, definitely great athleticism, and he's a unique player. Exactly the type player that the Ravens go ahead and utilize. Not just the pure pass rusher, plays good linebacker, does a lot of the similar things, good in coverage, good rushing up the middle, good doing those variety of things. So he's not just a hand of ground on the outside. The question is, he's still battling an injury. Can he become the guy they want here in a short enough time? Rookies missing camp, missing time, that's a big deal because they're still playing catch up and learning. So I don't know. At the start, I don't think so with him, but I love him. Love the potential here as well. And I don't the Daffy Owe thing. I don't worry about that. Some people worry about that. I don't worry about that. I'm more chop route. This guy is going to fit in and play well if healthy. Trenton Simpson from rookie to starter. He's going to start. I had last year for the mock draft Trent Simpson mocked in the first round, late first round. He fell all the way to the third. I don't think it was a reflection on him. I think it was more this. That's how the league now feels about middle linebackers. They just don't draft them that high. I mean, I think that's more what it is. But I think Trent Simpson, everything I've seen, people are overrated. Well, you can't worry about the steal again. Yeah, but the maturation was there. Definitely, out of all the players here, I definitely think starter and Pro Bowl, I think, is possible. Maybe not Pro Bowl this year, but oh man, this guy has a tremendous amount of talent. Great attitude too. Every time you see him, he's got a smile on his face. He's saying good things. He's a good person to have on a team. So everything I've seen is good. Rotational player to starter, Pro Bowl possible. Adafi Owe. Ravens believe. They picked up this fifth-year option, which surprised me. $13 million they're going to pay him. That's after this year. Other people are seeing this more than I am. I do know this. The athleticism is not in question. He is a tremendous athlete, tremendous physical special, even for football players. Great athlete, great speed. I do think he just looks a little raw to me, kind of like he could be go. The optimism comes from, I think, of Patrick Queen. Just flip the switch after a while. I question the football instincts here because the athleticism is definitely there. So there's no question about his athleticism, his ability on the field. So he definitely has that. But can he flip the switch? The Ravens think so. Maybe I'm missing it more. I'm not as convinced, but Pro Bowl's possible. If he is what they think he is, $13 million pass rush. You think you have your guy? This is the next step, right? The Pro Bowl. Somebody got 10+ sacks, rushing the passer. That's the next step for him. We will see. Breakout possible. Travis Jones. I think Travis Jones is actually maturing the way he should. Can he become a solid starter and become a very, very good starter? Michael Pierce has been good as well, but can he become that as well? It'll be interesting to see how much better he does. I think he's been maturing good. I actually like Travis Jones. I actually don't agree with a lot of the PFF stats he got. I think they're kind of low. I'm watching him in games. He handles himself very well. Not a good pass rusher. Probably that's the thing that nowadays you got to kind of do. Even on the inside, you got to pass rush more the run guy. And I think maybe that's it. But he has some quickness and ability. I mean, definitely very quick off the ball. Great hands. I like his hands. The way his hand placement. Very fundamentally sound guy here. Couple more. Is Zay Flowers going to the Pro Bowl? I don't know. I think for sure he's the number one target. He's not coming off the field ever. That's for sure. A lot of times he had to share with Odell last year, share with Bateman. He's not sharing with anyone. Even with all due respect to Rashard Bateman, can he be the guy that actually goes to the Pro Bowl this year? I definitely think it's possible. If it is going to be a Ravens receiver to get 1,400 yards and get to the Pro Bowl, I definitely think it is this guy, Zay Flowers. Can he actually get all the way there and become one of the best wide receivers in the NFL? That is absolutely what the Ravens are banking on, drafting him first. Can he step up and get there? There you go. Ravens breakout players in 2024. Interesting to see which guys break out and become stars in the NFL. This is kind of the Ravens' way they do business. This is kind of the way they do things. This is absolutely how the Ravens actually work in a lot of ways. Bring young guys in, get the old ones out, draft it like this, lose more than we gain. We're going to get comp picks. We're going to have 10, 8, 9 draft picks every year. We're going to draft well. We're going to bring him in. No secret. This is the way Ozzie Newsome did it. This is the way Eric DeCosta did it. So we need guys every year to actually go ahead and step up and break out to that next level. So those are some of the names we're seeing, the guys that are going to go break to the next level of their games. So interesting to see when the season actually starts.